Ivar Stenberg is the guy that everybody in Chicago seems to want for the Blackhawks.
And most people believe that there's a chance that it could happen, at least around the scouting and analysts world and
me.
Around this desk. It's a guy that we've talked about a lot as we've gone through this year, is at the top of draft boards, whether he's number 1 or number 5 or however you view him. He's a guy that has made a name for himself in this draft class, playing against men. One of the most productive seasons that anyone of his age has ever had in Sweden. Just a guy that has a skill set that can translate right away. Someone to absolutely be excited for the possibility for the Blackhawks.
What I really like about Stenberg, and I think to me what separates him from a lot of the other prospects we've seen, is his level of success on the international stage, whether it's World Juniors, whether it's Olympics, now or the World Championships are underway, and he always seems to stand out against the best opponents. Again, it's one thing to do it in Sweden, say what you want about the SHL, whatever, right? You can make those excuses, but when he's up against Canada's best or US's best, he plays really well. And even if he's not filling the net with goals or picking up a million assists, he's just noticeable. His motor is super high. He's as good of a scorer as he is a playmaker, a really well-rounded offensive player. And what I like about him too is he seems to have kind of a calm about him that is beyond his years, right? Like, he is a high motor guy, but he's not crazy, like spastic on the ice.
Frantic,
he's just, there's no franticness to his game. Everything's real calm. It's almost as if he can slow things down and see things at a speed that other guys his age can't. And frankly, maybe a lot of other hockey players can't.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, and that comes with the maturity too. Like, I think playing in a professional league at that age, we saw it with Anton Frondell.
Yeah.
When he was coming out his draft year, playing at the professional level, like, that makes a difference for some of these guys. Think about the guys that have done that over the last couple of years, coming out of their draft years, and like how that has made them in that transition make it a little bit easier, because maybe the pace ramps up in the NHL, the physicality ramps up, but at least you're used to being around a locker room of guys in their 20s and 30s. You're able to connect with your teammates. You're able to, be used to the workload demanded of you in practices, for travel, for, how, you work out off the ice, the rest period, like all of that. Experiencing that at the NHL level is a big factor in it, which is different than, Canadian juniors or the NCAA or anything like that. So with Stenberg, like, having already had that experience, and the success that he had, for his Swedish club, also on the international stage, as you said, like, he's been a key figure for Team Sweden at the Holinka Gretzky, the U18s, at the World Juniors. This past year, he's playing for them right now with the World Championships as we're recording this, and he's had success across the board. He's had a Holinka Gretzky bronze medal, U18 World Junior silver medal, World Junior A Championships silver medal, and then a gold medal with Team Sweden at the World Juniors this past year, along with Anton Frondell as well. He had the most points as a junior player in the SHL this year, Champions League hockey champion, top 3 player at the World Juniors as well. 33 points in 41 games this season as a professional for Lunda. He also had 4 assists in 6 playoff games. Corey Pronman has him number 5 on his draft list. Scott Wheeler, both those guys of The Athletic, he has him at number 2. And Pronman, I think it's interesting how he kind of grades guys out and gives them a player comp. He's got above average puck skills, above average hockey sense, above average compete, high-end shot, average skating, compares him to a guy like Jake Gensel, and says Stenberg is an electric offensive talent, high-end puck handler, passer, and shooter who can make difficult plays with the puck routinely and is a natural scorer. Not that big, but works hard and has shown that he can win battles against men. His frame is good, but not great for a small guy. Skating will be a concern on his NHL projection, but could be a top-line winger.
Jake Gensel seems like a really good comp.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense in terms of smaller guy, high level scorer, winner, and all those achievements you listed. You can't do that with every prospect, right? Like, some guys have Memorial Cup, some guys have success in World Juniors, but man, Stenberg just boom, 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 checks every box, and just pops on your screen every time you're watching. Like, who's 15? Oh, it's Stenberg again. Yep. every time he's on the ice. That's who I'm hoping the Blackhawks get at 4. I know there's some mixed opinions, but man, as of the time we're recording this, what is it, 8 of 13 mocks that we've looked at have Stenberg going to the Hawks at 4.
Well, and this draft class is so wide open that, as we'll go through these profiles leading up to the draft, and you can make a case for most of these guys to be number 1, if not number 4 for the Blackhawks. So like it's going to shake out, it's going to be pretty interesting how it shakes out, how teams value a skill guy, a wing, a center, a defenseman, left shot, right shot, who has size, who's undersized. And with Stenberg, like 5'11", 6 foot, like
the giant on the Hawks,
kind of, on that line of where it's just like, where you might say undersized or he's also 18. Like there is still room to grow. Like, and we've seen here in Chicago, a guy who was 5'10", 180 pounds have a Hall of Fame career. Like it's okay if you have some players that their skill level and their abilities, are that good that you sacrifice. Oh, well, he's not some hulking player. Like it's completely fine.
Doesn't seem to ever be a concern of Kyle Davidson's either.
No.
And if we've learned anything from the Montreal Canadiens, don't be scared off by measurables and don't make 2 inches, skew you from, you see a guy like Cole Caulfield or Lane Hudson that a lot of teams are like, ugh, yeah, he looks great. And like, wow, that's the best player on the ice by far. Right. But boy, if only he were 2 inches taller, I got to pass. And now you got a 50 goal scorer and a elite offensive defenseman who's only going to get better. The Hawks have a lot of small forwards, but it's never stopped Kyle Davidson in the past. So we'll see what the pick is. And
and I think too, like size is one thing, but play style is another. And we talk about the Blackhawks specifically and how they kind of miss they definitely miss players who can, play through physicality, that they're not going to be pushed to the perimeter. And I think one of the big conversations between Stenberg and McKenna at the top of the draft class, as most people have kind of had that conversation, is, they say McKenna's more offensively gifted, but is more easily pushed to the perimeter. And you have questions about his defensive game, but that offensive projectability is so high that a lot of people prefer him to Stenberg. But when they talk about Stenberg, it's like, well, he's going to impact the game at both ends of the ice and wins battles and plays through contact and isn't just producing from the perimeter. Mm-hmm. And I think that for me, when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, if the Hawks land number 1, who'd you go with? I was going with Stenberg. Because of those factors and because of how that would add to the Blackhawks lineup. So when you're talking about Stenberg, for me, like, I'm not scared of size. I want to see how the guy plays. And I think seeing how he plays, being able to say like, hey, he can be responsible defensively as well as a guy that can put up 70 plus points, maybe reach 80 at his prime. That's a big two-way impact player.
It's amazing how Stenberg fits into what the Hawks already have and also fills a hole they need.
Right. Yeah.
See, it's a perfect fit for Chicago. We'll see if he falls to 4. Mini pods on CHGO Blackhawks are presented by Sunnyside. Use our code HICHGO to save 50% off your first 3 online orders at Sunnyside.